Good day, friends. Good day, competitive humans, attention-seeking humans, demanders of other people's energies. Why? Why we are so really eager to please ourselves and our lower instincts. One of these is attention. So, title: Attention Economy and How It's Turning Your Attention Away from You. So, we all heard about specialists, attention engineers, attention analysts, attention programmers. So what these freaks of nature are doing, how they are programming our very own, very intrinsic, very valuable attention for the present moment into something that is absolutely useless, ludicrous. One of these best recent examples and total, let's say, myths that we cannot live without is fake books or Facebooks. As I will talk in a past tense about this, because once when you start watching this video, you will probably be crushed. This is done May 2018, so I really intend that in a matter of weeks, maximum couple of months, fake books will be deleted by your own requirement, by every and each one of us who decide and have a courage to delete it. I mean, you could live before, and I hope you lived before the Facebook. Yeah, you were maybe younger, but 15 years ago, you still were very much alive. You still had all your, let's say, needs and greeds and demands. Yet now this one brought completely another layer of enslavement. The objective of these social networking spying schemes, it's not only that it's spying, and it's not only that it's making profit on our ludicrous behavior as a, let's say, empty human, filled with ego, filled with desire to be better than somebody else, our really attention-seeking best possible angle on the Facebook. Why? Okay, I'll give you brief why I think it's why. So the objectives of all this social network enslavement engineering was to fragment your attention by reducing completely your concentration. You go into Facebook, read whatever, like, click, not even comprehend what you're reading. You just basically have to be there, and then suddenly one of the links go to another link, and it's go to LinkedIn, or goes to Twitter, and goes to Google Plus or YouTube. Then you go there and you click some, then you do some comments, and you just like so hyped up because you make such a statement and you need an answers from everybody else. I mean, you don't need an answers, you have all the answers, but you need a feeding ground. You need like a place where they will say something, doesn't matter, bad or good. So you latch on it. You latch as a creature who has no idea why actually is doing all this. Another one. You ever heard about Facebook depression? This is another objective that we get infected. I will say you, because many of you are actually challenging me totally, like as I'm a total lunatic, how I dare to disconnect totally from Facebook, delete it, and even sue it for all the transgressions that has been done to me, let's say as a human being, who was tricked to use the Facebook for like 10 years or so. I deleted it on the March 23. A bit earlier, but anyway, it takes some time. And then when we try to delete Denise's account, it says you can only delete account if you dead. So they will delete it when you die. So you have to inform them that you're dead, and then they will delete it. Otherwise, it will be just disabled. I mean, can you imagine? Another one, I talked about the Facebook a couple of days ago, that the cookies, when I deleted everything, cookies for my camera and my audio microphone stayed or remain only Facebook cookies, 433. Whatever, channel code to get into, only Facebook. Everything else has been deleted because I have such a good cleaning tools now, because I could not really comprehend this need of constant Google and Microsoft and Facebook and YouTube's checking out what I'm doing and taking informations from my computer and selling it and packaging it and trying to, I don't know really what, because they cannot sell me a thing. So another one is to attempt to program all of the people. It's 2 billion people now on the Facebook with obsessive attention seeking. Why are we putting only the best pictures? Well, some of you, or most of you, like creatures like I am, or beings like I am, don't care. My best possible avatar is there for like now 8 years. Since I took this photo, it's my middle finger to the Vatican. Vatican institution, Vatican corporation, Vatican Pope, Vatican Satanic Cults, Vatican child sacrificing children, Vatican total misinterpretation and theft of Jesus's energies. So they've been fucked with me every time. So they cannot really allow my, let's say, profile goes too public, because there is like a freak who doesn't care what other people think about it. And there is some of us, there's a couple of us. Another objective was for these freaks to obtain and keep fake and very brute popularity. Like you are popular in your village of 5,000 followers, and none of these freaks actually care for you. When they press like to somebody else, let's say, doesn't matter, picture, post, anything, what it's creating? It's creating dopamine in their own stupid brain, keeping them absolutely docile. Okay, they have their dose, they have their addicted, how you call this, fix, dopamine fix, and until the next one. Then they go a little bit on Twitter, then they go a little bit on some other platform, and basically they completely lost it. They have been defragmented in pieces. So your attention stays away from you. This was the deep down goal for all these social engineered platforms. Question: what are the cognitive consequences of social media addictions? Most of them are so, let's say, subtle that nobody want to talk about. Nobody want to talk about their financial problems, their family problems, their relationship problems, their, let's say, self-confidence problems. And whoever I've touched on this social media, especially the Facebook, were total self-inflicted whiners, self-inflicted, I'm better than somebody else, I have this teaching, I have that teaching, I've channeled this creature, I don't know, like God-given prophet to tell you how to, I don't know, meditate or freaking have no idea really. Yet I feel these creatures are not whole. They're like far away from being holy, but absolutely shallow, because they're so fragmented. Every time they do a certain post, and doesn't matter, Sheldon Nettle, talking some New Agers, who else? Catherine May, let's say these new guys, let's say in the alternative media, so-called political friction, Alex Jones, Stefan Molyneux, Cernovich, others. They become really repetitive robots of the whining technique that it's constantly putting you down, depressed, because it brings you to the level of, okay, aliens are coming, they will save us. No, aliens are gone. So the date is so and so, and then people are saying, okay, let's watch the sky. Full moon will bring us something, I don't know, outside the prosperity. It will bring you more anxiety, it will bring you more programming, because you don't really see what is happening, let's say, through these channelings and through these afflictions of frequencies through the moon. But once when you realize that you can actually very consciously disconnect, like from Facebook, then you kind of start taking back your life into your hands. You don't live in some, future of what am I going to, post tomorrow, or how the people will see my photo as of like what I posted it from, and you pick your picture from 30 years ago, like you've been all with big boobs, like, full head of hair, you're not bald anymore. And so what is all about? You absolutely lost control of your life. You're living like a robot who doesn't really reside in the present moment. It's picking some residues of the, call it, best possible angle that you thought that you look like, or you've been something special in the past, and now you bring this in the present time and you hoping it will create some glorious future for you. It will not, my friends. It will just decimate you when you realize how stupid you are. I've been stupid. I'm not judging you in any way, but I took a leap, really, of faith in me. Nobody else. Nobody else saved me from this really addiction. One of the very funny and like brilliant statements. It's easier to fool people than convince them they have been fooled. So what I'm doing, it's a clown's fool's job, because I don't feel that I can convince anybody anything, nor that I really intend to. But by me talking, I just really hope like 3.5 people will hear it, maybe 7, maybe 300, and these 300 will delete Facebook, will delete YouTube, will delete Google, switch to any other applicable, let's say, emails and networks. Now they are available for you to even earn ETHEREUM or cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. So it's nothing about me telling you how you can actually get better, but it's for you to decide to get better. Because you know that every time your family life suffers, no matter, you cannot really figure or pinpoint really what was the main problem for me, that my last 10 years were totally decimated, or yours. Because you're always living in perpetual competition, and you want to be better than somebody else, and you putting better pictures, and you putting, pictures of somebody else, or dogs or cats or some kind of, let's say funny shit. Just for what reason? Because you wanna feel important. Somebody liked your whatever you're posting. And you're not even created this stuff. I have tendency to create my own little memes. I put the picture that I take, my own photo, and I create. So this is my actually impression of the aliens who were leaving. They finished their invasion, not by their own choice. It was a creation that actually made them absolutely, to fuck off this planet. Yet nobody want to talk about this yet. Well, I say, not nobody. Trump is talking about this. Assange is talking about this. And they're doing even more behind the scene that you will actually realize when these aliens are gone, like Hillary's and McCain's and Kissinger's and Soros's and many, many others, then you'll say, ooh, I feel better. Why? Because you deleted your Facebook account. And because there's no creatures like these anymore to absolutely keep you more and more enslaved. Zuckerberg as well. Schmidt. And doesn't matter, Virgin guy, Branson, Canadian guy, Terry Matthews, and doesn't matter, Queen, Pope, and all this. These are the aliens. They've been actually abusing us. So how to present yourself, how to tell you that you have been fooled. And not only for like a decade or two or like 40 years, for millennia after millennia after millennia. Last 2,000 years, you've been fooled blinded. You've been fooled stupid. Because you still think that Jesus saved you for the sins. Why are you still doing that? You still think that Jesus sacrificed himself for your own benefits. For whose benefit? No, he was killed. He was murdered. Cold-blooded murder. Who's going to be responsible for this when this comes out? Of course, it will be Vatican. It'll be Roman Curia who's absolutely controlling everything that was happening of the dark here on the planet. For you not to be able to awake. Yet, we are here. We, like I'm assuming, Denise, I, Ron, Trump, Assange, Kim.com, Snowden, many invisible beings who are, they're invisible, they're visible, they're among you, but you have to find strength to see what they're actually propagating, what they're talking about, how they actually be there to really help you. One of the best ways, turn this around and find a solution. Start only measuring yourself against your old self. Old means one from yesterday. When you recognize that you've been less afraid to cancel these really devil's subscriptions like Facebooks and YouTubes and so on, and realizing that you are not doing any financial benefits to yourself or to your family, but actually contrary, you're doing absolute loss of your energies, of your concentration, of your attention cannot go in self-healing, it's scattered. So when you start realizing that you can help yourself by yourself, only measuring your own yesterdays with your own today.